The real problem is that far too often we've already let critics remove the Bibles. We've let them wield the Bible against us rather than standing by it with confidence, letting them tear out difficult passage after difficult passage until what remains isn't even the same thing anymore. I'm just so convicted after all these years of my own testimony with the Lord of digging into scripture, of wrestling with these hard texts and passages, that if we want to remember God's goodness, then actually what we need is more, not less, of God's life-giving word, not a thin reading that skims just enough of Abraham and Isaac's story to conclude that it's one you should avoid and do everything to not engage with and just bury your head in the sand and pretend it's not there and don't ever read it to your children and just skip over it. But rather a deep reading, a deep wrestle of engaging with God in these hard, earnest, real places of raw faith, the kind of deep reading that then has us saying, I actually hope my friends bring up the most challenging passages in the Bible. I hope they bring up Abraham and Isaac, because I'm ready to tell them about a man who in his old age finally reached the point of figuring out what it looked like to trust in God's goodness.